Hey everyone, Mano back here with another Destiny 2 strategy guide, and it's almost time for a new season in Destiny, and man, I am excited. Vault of Glass is going to be coming back with some new raid loot, transmogrification is going to be happening, we've got new Iron Banner loot on the horizon, and like always when we have a new season, there is going to be something new to do and something new to explore. And on that note, now is the time to start getting ready to roll for that new season. So if you want to make sure that you are ready to go on May 11th when season 14 launches, be sure to watch all the tips that I have here in this video. We're going to be going over all of that today. And if you do enjoy this video, then be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, as it helps the YouTube algorithm share this with the rest of the Destiny 2 community. Over 82% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel, which means that you're probably missing out on new Destiny 2 content, tips, and tricks. So if you want to stay up to date with everyone in Destiny 2 and more, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Public service announcement is now over. And now let's show you how to get ready for season 14. Since the launch of Beyond Light, Bungie has handled the changing of seasons in a different way than they have in the past. Certain activities are going to be sticking around, like the Battlegrounds, the Prestige mission, and more, just like how in Season 12, the Harbinger mission and the Lure system stuck around as well. So these season activities are going to be around for the whole year, but the key is to figure out what is going to be leaving and what is going to be staying. So with that, let's talk about the things that you need to finish before this season is up to make sure that you're ready to go. If you have not done so yet, finish up the season pass. Not only will you get all the cosmetics, emotes, and ornaments that you paid for, but it will also help you in the future seasons. There is something that I show people a lot on stream when they are confused about how quickly I level up, as well as some of the other people who are in my community. Basically, what we're doing is using a process called backfilling. What we're doing is we're getting loot inside of the new season, but what you can do is if you go to bungie.net/previous season, I'm going to go ahead and leave that link down in the description box below. You can actually withdraw some of the items that you have not picked up from the previous season pass. That means you can target your loot specifically to what will help you increase your power level as you go through the season. This is huge. And say, for example, you're someone who's missing your chest armor and you need just one piece to take your power level up. You can go ahead and go pick it up from the season pass easy, and it will always drop on your level. It will not give you a pinnacle drop, but it will drop on your level. The key thing is that you don't want to start picking up these items right now. You don't want to just go into the season pass and start picking things up. You want to wait until the new season comes around, and then you can go ahead and pick up all of the items from that season pass. Again, check that link down in the description box below to make sure that you are locked and loaded. The nice thing about next season is that this is going to be the first season where the power grind will not be as brutal for some folks. The power level is only going up a small amount, 10 versus the normal 50 power level. So using the backfilling method that I described is going to help out even more as you progress through the game. Just like the season pass is going to be leaving at the end of the season, the seasonal challenges, the weekly challenges, are going to be leaving as well. The seasonal challenges replaced most of the weekly Bright Dust bounties that were at the Vanguard, Crucible, and so on and so forth. But as of right now, all of the seasonal challenges are open and available to complete. Now is the perfect time to get these completed, and there's a number of reasons to do it. First of all, you'll get a really sweet emblem from Bungie Rewards if you complete 75 out of the 77 triumphs, but you'll also get a ton of Bright Dust. The final reward is worth 4,000 Bright Dust alone, along with all the different random rewards you get, plus all the other Bright Dust you get from turning in those seasonal challenges. While some of these challenges might take a little bit longer, like the Lost Sector and complete activities with full armor challenges, there's a lot of them that don't take a ton of time, and if you chip away at them right now as we kick into Guardian games, then you're going to be able to get a lot of them completed. And not only will you give the rewards that I mentioned, but they're going to help you boost your XP if you have not completed your season pass. So it's a great thing to do right now. With Guardian games coming up, there's also going to be new ways to collect Bright Dust, as there's usually bounties that reward small amounts of Bright Dust as you continue through the event. Don't forget to use the Destiny 2 app on your phone to collect bounties without going to the tower, which will also help you save time. Collecting this Bright Dust is going to be a huge way to earn those nice cosmetics that are integral to the Destiny endgame, and it will make it so that you save real life money. If you have something in the Eververse that you want, you can just spend Bright Dust on it. As you complete your challenges, you'll also start to complete all the unlocks necessary to upgrade your Hammer of Proving to the max level. The Hammer of Proving is the item used to help forge and target loot through the Battlegrounds gameplay loop. Remember to go to the Helm to upgrade this to the max level, and you'll want to unlock everything in the Prismatic Recaster as soon as you can. There are a few things that are going to naturally unlock as you start playing more regularly, but there are a few of these like fusions and sidearms that are going to take a little bit longer to complete, so focus on them early and get them knocked out. This is also a great time to get any Season of Chosen weapons that can come with amazing rolls. I would say try to upgrade your hammer and start to forge weapons that can have multiple perks on them. Like, for example, I have my Extraordinary Rendition SMG that has Frenzy, Multi-Kill Clip, and Overflow, and man, is it nasty. The Far Future Sniper is a great weapon to hunt for, as well as the Co-Duello rocket launcher. This is the time to farm for those weapons so that next season you can focus on getting the new weapons and armor. Also, it's not clear if the Hammer of Proving is going to stick around as it did last season. For example, the lure is a bit different than it was last season. So now is the time to get those double stats on those different pieces of gear, getting multiple perks on weapons. That's going to be important. Farm this stuff now. If you're still with us at this part of the video, make sure you leave a comment down below letting us know your favorite tip or idea so far, and it will help us to focus the content to help you and other people who are watching the video. All right, now that we've got the seasonal activities and major upgrades out of the way, it's time to start talking materials, bounties, and other necessary currencies in the game. We're talking enhancement cores, glimmer, legendary shards, mod components, enhancement prisms, ascendant shards, planetary materials, spoils of conquest, raid banners, heck, even exotic ciphers. These are all things you should be thinking about stockpiling because there will be a new infusion of weapons and armor to check out. Plus, you're going to want to be upgrading your gear to make the most of the new items in the game. Also, something to consider is that Bungie intentionally puts caps on most of the high value materials in the game to keep us from stockpiling too much, but I'm going to be showing you some tricks on how to get around those things. Keep in mind that at any time you can usually trade things to the spider for different materials, but it's expensive. Instead, use the tricks I'm going to show you to get around having to use him and his black market. All in all, remember that all these tips are going to apply differently to different folks out there, so use whatever tip seems to fit your character, your vault, your build, and your time the best. First, let's start with Glimmer, the most basic resource. With a max cap of 250,000, Glimmer can actually be a hard thing to keep around during the first few weeks of a new expansion. So instead, we're going to use our vault as another way to store Glimmer. What you can do is purchase the Overdrive or Other Side exotic sparrows and store them in the vault. Once that's done, when the new season comes out, you can dismantle them when you need more Glimmer. While it may cost 2,500 overall in Glimmer as an exchange, right now is the best time to start investing in those things, as Glimmer is very easy to come by right now at the end of the season, and you're not going to have to waste planetary materials or other currencies at Spider. Next up, we're talking enhancement cores and prisms. The enhancement cores do not have a cap. Technically, they make a stack of 999, but then they just go and form a new one when you get more. But the enhancement prisms are capped at 50 per account, but also 50 in each postmaster of each character. The biggest thing that you can do right now is to make sure that you have Rahul decrypt as many engrams as possible right now, as you will earn enhancement cores from decrypting random engrams. Since enhancement cores have no cap, you're going to want to farm these as much as you possibly can, as you can then go through the gunsmith and then use these cores to purchase enhancement prisms and then also ascendant shards later on. Here's an amazing trick to farming enhancement prisms and core, especially if your postmaster is full of prisms. If you have space in your vault, power up a piece of blue armor to 9. For example, it's going to be coming unlocked at 5, so you don't have to use a ton of Glimmer. What you'll then be able to do is store it in the vault, and when next season comes out, dismantle it. You will then get 6 enhancement cores and 1 enhancement prism off of the blue. While it does take 3 cores and 3 prisms to upgrade the armor, remember, the cores are unlimited, so you can just use those cores to go and purchase them during the next season. While the trade-off isn't amazing, the fact that you have infinite enhancement cores and the fact that you're probably going to be farming prisms during double Grandmaster Nightfalls, then you'll be able to just go purchase them from the gunsmith with your pile of cores. You'll then feasibly have a ton of cores, shards, and the potential for ascendant shards in your vault at all times. Specifically for the ascendant shards, you can have 10 on your inventory and then 10 in your postmaster for each character as well. Be careful to always make sure that your postmaster is somewhat clear if you're farming and getting loot, especially with Guardian games coming on. There will be new loot that will be dropping. You need to make sure that you don't have your postmaster full and lose those ascendant shards. At the end of the day, if you farm the blues, if you keep all of your shards together and you get as many cores as you possibly can, it will help you in purchasing those enhancement cores from the gunsmith if you absolutely need them. And now is the best time to farm for those prisms and ascendant shards, especially if you play Grandmaster Nightfalls and Trials. There's no better time to stock up on these items. If you are looking for some helps with the Grandmasters, I do tons of helps on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/manodester777, where we help people with everything in Destiny, from raids to exotic missions to Nightfalls and other challenges. Come on over and join the community and let us know that you need some help. A reminder as well, now that sunsetting has been, well, sunset, the truth is that keeping some of the old legacy weapons are just not necessarily feasible. You've probably been running out of vault space. Now is a great time to go through your vault and find all the old dusty weapons that you don't use and you may never use again. This is going to be tough, and I get it, because I miss, especially for me, this Season of the Dawn weapons like my Steel Feather Repeater, Trophy Hunter, Perfect Paradox, but now it's the time to move on to weapons that are actually going to stick around. And in addition, it's possible that you have actually upgraded a lot of those older weapons. You can break them down and get more materials as we enter the next season. If you have a trophy weapon or a pinnacle weapon, say for example Redricus's Claymore or the Not Forgotten Hand Cannon, remember you can always pick them up through your collections tab. All right, now it's time to talk about legendary shards, and the truth is that they're pretty easy to come by this season. First of all, if you level up any of the vendors from Zavala, Lord Shaxx, the Drifter, or the Helm, you'll have a ton of legendary drops that will mostly be good for dismantling. In addition, you can also talk to Hawthorne and get your clan rewards and stack both enhancement cores and legendary shards from their rewards. Plus, this season, the Umbral engrams returned and they should be constantly decrypted, especially if you're not looking for any more Battlegrounds weapons. Not only will you get lots of legendary shards, but again, because you're decrypting engrams, you will get more enhancement cores. A new source of glimmer in legendary shards is the shaders that you might have in your inventory. Starting next season, Season 14, along with Armor Synthesis, the new transmog cosmetic system, the shader system is going to be completely revamped. This means you can dismantle all of your shaders that you have in your inventory and get all the glimmer and shards from these resources. All right, next up is mod components, which will be used to purchase the new armor and weapon mods that are released every season. There are not a lot of great ways to farm these other than the bounties from Banshee 44, the gunsmith. The best way to get these is to start collecting the bounties from the gunsmith and clearing them whenever you are playing, so that you can stack them for the new components that are coming. You can also do some convoluted things where you pull blue gear that you earned in adventures from your collections and pray for a good chance for mod components to drop when you dismantle them, but the truth is, this is a waste of time, in my opinion. Just make sure to go to the gunsmith, pick up the bounties every day, and you'll get tons of mod components. I haven't had any issues. The truth is if you play the game while you're farming for other items and you pick up those bounties, you'll be good to go. Next up is materials, i.e. the planet-specific materials that you can earn from chests, random drops from the worlds, from bounties on the planet, but most people just use Spider as their main resource for just purchasing these items. I specifically wait until Spider is selling materials for legendary shards and then go crazy, purchasing all the materials that I might need. If you need an easy way to figure out what he's selling at a glance, stop in the Manoverse Discord as well. It's where the community hangs out. We also have a spot where you can ask about different things in Destiny, whether it's your PvP ranking, your PvE stats, or what Spider is selling, plus lots of other information on Destiny. On top of that, we also have a great looking for group area, and we're expanding every day. The link for that is in the description box below. When you are in the Gears Roll chat, type in !spider and you'll instantly see what he has for sale. If you want another amazing resource for figuring out how your materials are stacking up for the new season, visit destinyrecipes.com. From there, you can check how your bounties are stacking up, your stored XP, your materials, your resources, your glimmer, and more. It gives it to you all at a glance, which is really great. It's an awesome way to check your progress to see how you are set up for the new season. Speaking of bounties, there are specific bounties that you should be holding on to so that you can pop them as soon as the new season comes out. Not only will you sail through the season pass, but you'll also get to higher light levels and be able to pop the higher light level gear from the season pass as you progress through your bounties. First up, any Iron Banner bounties. You should hold on to these for the new season and then pop them. Not only will you get 50 Iron Banner tokens, but you'll also have a chance to earn some of the new Iron Banner weapons, specifically the new shotgun and LMG. So keep those at the ready and be ready to pop them. Next up, we go to the Europa, Cosmodrome, and Moon weekly bounties, for example, like the Nightmare Hunt bounties. They will grant you boatloads of XP and will be a great way to get your XP fast when the season starts. You can save some of the daily bounties from the Crucible, the Vanguard, and the Drifter, but I'd recommend that you use Destiny recipes to figure out which bounties might harm your progression. For example, keeping some Trials bounties can actually screw up how the XP works for bounties during the first week of the new season. Make sure you prioritize the large XP bumped bounties, followed by the daily bounties after that. After you do this, and if you use destinyrecipes.com, you can easily get over 1 million XP set up so that your progress is huge when the new season starts. A few final reminders. As we start the next season, make sure that you have a ghost that has been upgraded and has the max XP buff on it while you are popping bounties. Otherwise, it is a waste. In addition, it might be worthwhile to check the season pass for XP buffs that can be earned when you are in a fire team. For example, my Sherpas and I leveled to level 4 in the season pass and then grouped up because when level 4 hit, it gave you XP, extra XP when you were getting things done in a fire team. So by doing all those things, you were able to get a little bit more XP, a little bit more juice out of all those bounties that you've saved up. By doing all of these things, you are absolutely going to knock the XP and power grind out of the park next season. As always, if you have any questions or think that we've missed something, feel free to leave a comment on the video and let us know. That'll help us to improve later on. And now, if you made it this far, and only if this video has helped you, then consider subscribing to the channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a single new piece of Destiny news or strategy guides. Like I said earlier, come grab some help over at the Twitch channel where I'll be helping streaming all this week with Grandmasters, farming, and palindromes. As always, thank you so much for watching. Good hunting, Guardians. I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.